In the cold, quiet space beyond the stars, a signal traveled. It moved faster than light, passing through systems nebulae. An ancient communication towers built long before humans took their first step on the moon. The signal came from the Galactic Council, a powerful group of alien civilizations that had ruled the galaxy for thousands of years. The Council watched over younger species, allowed peaceful growth, but only under its rules. No one disobeyed the Council. No one dared until now. The Council had been watching Earth for some time. At first they saw a small planet with limited technology. But in only a few hundred years, humans had gone from riding horses to landing on moons and building artificial intelligence. Their growth was fast, too fast. And now, Earth had weapons that could break planets, fleets that could vanish from scanners, and most dangerous of all, the will to act alone. The Council was afraid, so they sent the message. It was broadcast across Earth's satellites and space stations. Every major world leader, scientist, and military commander saw it. On the screen, a tall, thin alien with glowing blue skin and wide silver eyes appeared. His voice echoed with calm authority. People of Earth, this is High Speaker Varnock of the Galactic Council. Your planet has grown without order. Your military strength has become a danger. You are hereby ordered to stop all space research, disband your fleets, and join the Council's oversight program. If you refuse, consequences will follow. You have 7 Earth days to respond, the message ended. Across the world, people froze. Some were shocked, others confused. Few even laughed till they realized it was real. The Council's ships were already seen near the edge of the solar system. Their message was not just a warning. It was a final notice. In New Geneva, the new capital of Earth's united government, leaders met in secret. Scientists, generals, and diplomats all sat around a long, dark table. Above them floated a hologram of the Council's message, looping. Every few minutes, President Amina Rhodes, a strong and calm woman in her 50s, stood at the head of the table. Her voice was firm. "We have a choice," she said. "Submit or stand." General Elias Tan tapped a screen. It showed Earth's defense system, orbital cannons, stealth ships, AI-controlled drones, and powerful satellites. "We've built. For this, we just didn't expect it so soon." Dr. Lin Wei, head of astrophysics, frowned. "The Council's tech is older, but still strong. They control wormholes, communication networks, and thousands of systems." President Rhodes looked around the room, but they don't know us. It's not really. They don't know what we've survived. The room was quiet. For years, Earth had been preparing. Surviving world wars, climate disasters, and pandemics, humanity had learned to adapt fast. It built new engines, explored deep space, and created machines that could think faster than any alien computer. But more than that, they had something different. A spirit that no data could measure. Earth did not reply right away. For 7 days, the planet stayed silent. The Council took this as fear. High Speaker Varnock told the others, "They are weak. They will surrender." What, on the 8th day? Earth responded. A single ship flew to the Council's nearest relay station. It was small, fast, and unmanned. Sent one message, then self-destructed. Before capture, the message appeared across the galaxy. Short, clear, and shocking. To the Galactic Council, Earth does not submit. We are not your problem. We are your warning. You call us a threat. We are not a threat. We are the storm. Signed, the people of Earth. The galaxy trembled. No species had ever dared to send such a reply. The Council, once calm and proud, now looked nervous. Varnock's eyes narrowed as he stared at the words. They, ... declared war. But it wasn't just war. It was the beginning of something greater. From Earth's dark side, hidden fleets powered up. Satellites shifted into battle mode. AI systems scanned for weaknesses in alien code. Humanity did not want to fight, but they would. And they would not fight like the others. The Galactic Council had never been challenged like this before. For thousands of years, Council ruled with quiet control. Most young civilizations listened. Some asked questions. A few rebelled. All of them failed. That was the way of the galaxy. But Earth was different. The humans had done something unthinkable. They had not begged for peace. They had not asked for more time. It simply sent a short, cold message. We are not the threat. We are the storm. High Speaker Varnock sat in the center of the Grand Hall on Zerith Prime, the Council's capital planet. The dome above him showed the stars spinning slowly around him. Leaders from 23 alien species argued, shouted, and pointed at screens showing Earth's message. They have no fear. They must be punished. We warned. Them, they chose war. But some were silent. A few had watched Earth's growth more carefully. They had seen the rapid changes, the speed of their science, the strength of their minds, and the fire in their history. Ambassador Nyrel of the Dravarians, wise insect-like species, spoke quietly. They are not fools. This message is not from fear or pride. It is from preparation. Varnock waved his long hand. Enough. Earth will be taught a lesson. We send a fleet, show strength. End this now, the Council agreed. Back on Earth, the skies were calm. But deep underground and high above, something big was moving. The Terran Defense Network, a system of artificial intelligence, smart satellites, and hidden launch platforms, was now fully awake. Earth's leaders had known this day might come. Every nation had joined under one flag for this reason. President Amina Rhodes stood inside the command dome, looking at a wall of screens. Red lights blinked on one by one. The Council fleet is coming, said General Tan, standing beside her. 4 war cruisers, 15 destroyers, and over 100 drones. Arrival expected in 6 Earth days. Are our fleets in position? The President asked. Yes, ma'am. Strike Group Aegis is hiding behind Saturn's rings. Ghost Fleet 7 is cloaked near Neptune. Orbital cannons are loaded, and Project Echo. Ready? Tan replied. It's our best surprise. President. Rhodes took a deep breath. Then let's give them the answer they deserve. Far beyond the solar system, the Council fleet moved through space with bright engines. Their ships were large, clean, and old-built for power, not speed. Their commanders expected a short mission. We'll shut down their satellites, block their signals, and land a control team on the surface, said Fleet Captain Thalor. This will be over in hours. But Earth was not waiting with open hands. Earth was hunting. As the fleet neared Jupiter's orbit, the first Council ship disappeared from the radar. No explosion, no signal, just gone. Scan the area, Eller shouted. Moments later, a second destroyer vanished. Panic spread. They're using cloaked weapons. We can't detect their ships. But it was already too late. From behind Saturn, a group of fast black ships launched at high speed. These were Strike Group Aegis human ships made for ambush. They didn't shine. They didn't announce themselves. They hit hard and vanished. Earth's weapons were not the same as the Council's. They used railguns that fired metal at incredible speeds, impulses that fried enemy circuits, and AI pilots that reacted faster than any living mind. The Council fleet tried to fight back, but their systems were slow. Their ships were designed for control, not war. One by one. The Council's warships were disabled, not destroyed, but carefully taken offline. On the largest cruiser, Captain Thaler saw something strange. A small drone floated near the window. It blinked twice, then projected a message in perfect galactic common. This was a warning. The next time, we won't be so gentle. Go home. The drone exploded in a flash of harmless light. Thalor stared, stunned. They spared us. Back on Earth, the people watched the news with wide eyes. For the first time in history, humans had faced a galactic power and won the first battle. President Rhodes gave a speech. It's not just to Earth, but to the stars. Her voice echoed across thousands of systems through hijacked communication lines. To the Galactic Council, we are not your servants. We seek peace, not control. We ask for respect, not fear. If you come again with threats, know that Earth will stand. Earth will not stand alone. There are others like us, you have silenced. Them, we will help them speak. The galaxy listened. Some cheered, some trembled, But all of them understood one thing. Earth had arrived. The Galactic Council was in shock. Their fleet, one of the finest, had returned home, damaged and embarrassed. Not a single human ship had been captured. Not one battle had been won. Even worse, Earth had allowed the fleet to survive and return. It wasn't weakness. It was a message. The Council's pride was broken, and their anger was growing. Inside the High Chamber on Zereth Prime, the Council members met again. This time, there was no shouting. The room was heavy with silence. They humiliated us. High Speaker Varnock said slowly, "They made us look like fools." Ambassador Nyrell looked calm. "They could have destroyed our fleet. But they didn't. That means something." But most council members didn't want meaning. They wanted revenge. Varnock raised his voice. "This is not about pride anymore. Earth is dangerous. If we don't stop them now, other young species will follow their example." The council voted this time. They would not send a warning fleet. They would send a strike armada force built for war on Earth. The news of the council's next move had already reached President Rhodes. Human spies and AI programs were watching the galaxy closely. Nothing stayed secret for long in Earth's orbit. The defense systems were moving into full power. Fleets were being upgraded. New weapons were tested. People were nervous, but not afraid. They had seen what Earth could do. Now, they would see what Earth would become. General Tan stood in front of a large holomap showing the solar system. "We expect the Armada to arrive in less than 5 days. They're faster now and bigger." "How big?" the president asked. Tan didn't blink. "It's over 60 warships, plus drones, support cruisers, and troop carriers." The room was quiet. President Rhodes looked at the screen. "Then we meet them early. We don't wait for them to reach Earth." A new plan was set. Earth would launch a first strike. Not to destroy, but to delay, to divide, to confuse. The place chosen for the first major battle was near Titan. It's one of Saturn's moons. It was far from Earth, but close enough to defend if needed. It also gave Earth an advantage. Many human ships had trained there in deep space environments. Titan's icy cover and magnetic field helped hide ships and weapons. The plan was simple, but bold. Ghost Fleet 7, Earth's stealth division, would sneak close to the Council's armada and hit their communication ships first. Then, Strike Group Orion would attack from behind with high-speed railgun carriers. Lastly, Earth's new weapon project, Echo, would join the battle. The Council's fleet arrived, expecting to move straight toward Earth. They didn't know. They were walking into a trap at first. Everything seemed calm. The Council armada moved in formation, their sensors scanning space. Titan looked like just another frozen moon. Then, without warning, 3 of their rear ships lost contact. "Where's the signal?" one captain shouted. "Something's jamming us." Moments later, a bright flash filled space as Earth's railguns fired from behind Saturn's shadow. Metal slugs moved faster than sound, smashing into ship armor, disabling engines, and breaking control systems. Before the Council could react, Ghost Fleet 7 appeared dark, fast, and silent. They didn't fire lasers. They didn't speak. They moved like shadows, slicing through the fleet with smart drones and hacking programs. Several ships went dark, their lights flickering out, and then Project Echo entered the field. It wasn't a ship, it was a mirror satellite network. A system that bent light, sound, and energy around key locations. Suddenly, Council ships began firing at false targets. Their sensors showed enemies that didn't exist. They were blind, they were confused, and Earth was everywhere. Captain Reeler of the Council's lead ship tried to call for help, but no signal left the system. "All systems are failing." His crew shouted. He looked at the battle outside, ships drifting, drones exploding, strange shadows moving in space. And then came the final message. A small drone landed on the ship's hull. It played a single sentence. "You came to control us. Now, you understand. We do not fear your power. We control the battlefield." Captain Riller ordered retreat. He knew they had lost. The Council's remaining ships jumped away from the solar system. Broken and scattered Earth didn't chase them. Instead, they sent one final message to the Council's network. Earth seeks peace. But if war comes, we will not run. We do not hide behind old rules. We create new ones. Across the galaxy, millions watched this new message. Some were afraid, but many were inspired. For the first time, small, hidden species whispered to each other, if Earth can stand, maybe we can too. The Galactic Council had never lost so badly. 2 fleets had been sent to deal with. Earth both had failed. The first was spared, the second was broken. Across the galaxy, the news spread fast. Earth had defeated the strongest military force known. Space not just once, but twice. And they did it their own way. On Zereth Prime. The heart of the Council, fear and anger, filled the Grand Chamber. Leaders from all 23 alien species sat in silence. No one smiled. No one spoke of victory. High Speaker Varnak stood before them, tired but still proud. This is not just about Earth anymore, he said. This is about the balance of the galaxy, our control, our order. Ambassador Nyrel spoke softly, but her voice carried weight. Earth has shown restraint. Twice they could have destroyed everything, but they didn't. Maybe it's time we listen instead of fight. Many leaders looked away. Some nodded for the first time. The council was divided. Some wanted war, others wanted peace. But before they could decide, a new event shook the galaxy. A signal appeared on the Galactic Holonet, the communication network used by every advance species. It was not sent from the council. It came from Earth, and it played across every planet, moon, and station that had access to the network. A human woman appeared on the screen. It was President Amina Rhodes, standing in front of Earth's flag. Her voice was calm and clear. People of the galaxy, she began. We are the humans of Earth. You may have heard our name. You may have heard the Council's version of us. Now hear our own. She told Earth's story not just of war, but of survival. She spoke of how humans had overcome disease, disasters, and division. How they had built unity from chaos, and then she revealed something shocking. Images and data appeared behind her, showing Council documents, hidden records of other young species that had been silenced, blocked, or forced into early control. Earth had hacked into the Council's secret files. We know of the Corvani, whose space travel was stopped by Council force. We know of the Valari, who were told to destroy their own AI. We know there are others still in silence, afraid to rise. Her eyes locked onto the camera. To those species we say this: you are not alone. Earth hears you. Earth will speak for you. Across the galaxy, people gasped. The Council's secrets were out, and Earth's voice was louder than ever. Back in the Grand Chamber, chaos began. Some Council members demanded President Rhodes be silenced. Others called for open peace talks. Few even stood and walked out of the chamber, refusing to support the Council's actions. Anymore, the Council was falling apart. High Speaker Varnak hit the table. They're turning others against us. This is a direct attack. But even he knew the truth. It was not just Earth's power. It was their message. Earth had done something the Council never expected. They had inspired hope on Earth. Ships were being repaired, not for war, but for travel. The Human Space Agency announced the Terran Exploration Initiative, a new plan to visit and help young civilizations. They would share knowledge, offer help, most of all listen. Earth didn't want to rule. They wanted to connect. General Tan walked beside President Rhodes as they viewed a line of new diplomatic ships. These were built for defense, Tan said. Now they'll be used for peace, Rhodes replied. But if we're challenged again, we'll still be ready. The president then turned to a small group of ambassadors from other species, ones who had once feared the Council. Now they stood beside Earth, together in a hidden part of the galaxy. On a small planet called Nirakar, a young alien race called the foreign gathered in silence. They had long been afraid to leave their home. The Council had warned them never to build engines, but now they watched Earth's message on a large screen. A young foreign named Jill looked up. His voice was shaky. Do you think we can fly too? His teacher, older and wiser, nodded. Yes, because Earth did. And Earth says we can. The galaxy was changing. Old powers were weakening. New voices were rising. And at the center of it all was one small, blue planet that had once looked up at the stars with wonder. Now those stars were listening. Earth's reckoning had not come through destruction. It had come through truth. And the truth had set fire to the galaxy. The galaxy stood at a turning point. For centuries, the Galactic Council had ruled the stars. They believed they were the guardians of peace. But in truth, they had controlled knowledge, silenced young voices, and stopped the rise of new civilizations, until Earth came. The humans had broken the silence. They had defended themselves, stood tall, spoken not just for their world but for others too now. The council was weaker than ever, and something new was beginning. On Earth, the sun rose over the Terran Union headquarters, a tall building of glass and steel. Flags from different nations and alien worlds now waved outside. Diplomats walked together, sharing ideas, trading cultures, and learning from one another. President Amina Rhodes stood on the balcony, looking at the sky. She didn't smile, not yet. General Tan joined her. "The council hasn't answered our offer," he said. "No message. No reply." "They're deciding what they are now," Rhodes said. "That takes time. You think they'll fight again?" Rhodes turned her eyes to the stars. "I hope not. We didn't come this far just for war. We want change." Far away on Zirith Prime, the council's home planet, Grand Chamber was nearly empty. Many of its members had resigned. Some had returned to their home systems. Others had joined a new group, the Galactic Coalition, a peaceful organization, led by Earth and a few brave alien species. Their goal was simple: equality, discovery, and freedom. High Speaker Varnock remained in the chamber. Alone, he walked slowly, his long robes dragging on the floor. A message from Earth played again on the screen before him. "We do not wish to rule. We wish to rise together. Help us build, or be left behind." Varnock closed his eyes. The first time he saw what Earth truly was, not a threat, but a challenge. A mirror, and perhaps second chance. The Terran Exploration Initiative had begun. Hundreds of human ships, joined by engineers and scientists from other worlds, spread across the stars. They didn't carry weapons. They carried knowledge energy tools, clean water systems, medicine, and open libraries. One of the first missions landed on Corvin 3, a planet whose people were once told to stay silent. Now human and Corvini children played in the same fields, learning each other's languages. Another mission reached the cold world of Valari, where an ancient AI had once been hidden in fear. With Earth's help, the Valari were finally able to awaken it safely. Everywhere they went, Earth brought light not as rulers, but as friends, back on Earth. A special event was held. It was called the Unity Summit, and leaders from over 50 worlds attended. In a large hall filled with lights and banners, President Rhodes stood on a stage. She looked out over humans, Dravarians, Valari, Foreign, and many others. No race was above another. No one held more power. Each voice had a seat. Each world had a choice. Rhodes began her speech. "Today, we do not celebrate war. We celebrate courage. The courage to speak when others say stay silent. The courage to rise when others expect you to kneel. The courage to imagine a better galaxy." She paused as the crowd listened. Let this be the start of something greater, not a human empire, but a galaxy where no one stands alone. The crowd stood in applause. For the first time in galactic history, true unity felt possible, far in the edge of known space. A young species, known as the Tenari, picked up the signal of the Unity Summit. They had always believed the stars were closed to them, that the Council would never allow them to grow. But now they knew the truth. Their leader, soft-spoken thinker named Lero, stood before her people. "Shall we build?" she asked. And the crowd replied, "Yes." Their first ship, small and shining, was named Hopefire, and carved on its side were the words, "Inspired by Earth." Back in orbit around Earth, the old defense ships were not taken apart. They were not forgotten. They were placed into silent orbit as a reminder not of war, but of strength, of what Earth had overcome, of what the galaxy could become, President. Rhodes often visited the command center there. She would walk the same halls she once used to prepare for battle. Now, those halls echoed with peace. One night, she looked out of the observation window. A child's voice came from behind her. "Is it true?" the child asked. "We fought the galaxy," she smiled. "No," she replied. "We stood up to fear. We helped the galaxy fight itself." Stars shone above. Bright, open, free, Earth had not become rulers of the galaxy. They had become its spark, and from that spark, new dawn was born.